Unlocking the female language of desire. Let's cut through the noise for a second. You've probably been there. Sitting across from her, everything feels right, her laugh lingers a little longer, her eyes seem to hold yours just a second too long, and yet, you're stuck wondering. Is she actually into me? Here's the uncomfortable truth most men won't admit: women rarely come out and say what they feel directly, not when it comes to attraction. They won't tell you, "I want you." They'll hint. They'll suggest. They'll cloak desire in casual comments, clever banter, and subtle signals most guys miss entirely. But what if you could decode that language? What if every mysterious smile, every throwaway comment, every innocent question, was actually a window into what she really wants? Because it is. Welcome to Female Code Cracked, 10 secret things she says when she's into you. This isn't guesswork. This is psychological pattern recognition. A roadmap built from observation, evolution, and raw experience. In the next hour, I'm going to walk you through the exact phrases women use when they're attracted to you, even if they'd never admit it. You'll learn how a simple, "I don't usually do this," is rarely innocent. Why, "You remind me of my ex," is not an insult, but a doorway. And how something as subtle as, "You're trouble," can be her way of saying, "I'm tempted." If you've ever felt blind to female signals. If you've ever misread her intentions and fumbled a real chance. If you're tired of being stuck in the "just friends" zone. Then what comes next will change the way you listen, watch, and interact with women forever. Let's get into it. 1. I don't usually do this. This is one of the most revealing phrases a woman can say when she's into you, but you have to listen closely. It usually comes out in moments where boundaries begin to blur. Maybe she agrees to come over after a first date, maybe she kisses you unexpectedly, or maybe she opens up emotionally quicker than usual. In those moments, she'll say, "I don't usually do this." At face value, it sounds like hesitation. But don't be fooled. What she's really doing is signaling two things at once. She wants you to know she's breaking her own rules, for you. She's preemptively managing her own vulnerability. Let's unpack this. When a woman says this, she is trying to protect her identity. She doesn't want to feel cheap, reckless, or judged, not by you, and not by herself. So she says, "I don't usually do this," to separate this experience from her usual behavior. It gives her plausible deniability. She can surrender to her desire while maintaining the image of self-control. But underneath it, there's excitement. There's nervousness. There's desire. She's into you, and she's trying to make sense of how quickly or intensely it's happening. This phrase is also a way to test your response. If you shame her, mock her, or act indifferent, she may retreat emotionally. But if you respond with grounded reassurance, if you remain calm and non-judgmental, it tells her she can trust you with her vulnerability. That trust amplifies her attraction. What you should do. When she says this, don't overreact. Don't gloat. Don't joke about it. Stay composed. Say something like, "I get it. You don't have to explain anything. We're both here because we want to be. Let's just enjoy this moment." The point is to normalize the situation without downplaying her emotions. Make her feel safe being impulsive with you. Real-life example. You're sitting in your car after a night out. She leans in for a kiss and pulls back, smiling nervously. "I don't usually do this," she says. She's not asking you to stop. She's telling you she wants to go further, but she needs emotional cover. Play it cool. Lean in slightly. Match her energy without pressure. Because this phrase isn't about resistance. It's about attraction that surprised her. It's your green light. If you know how to handle it. 2. You remind me of my ex. This one might feel like a punch to the ego, but don't jump to conclusions. When a woman says this, she isn't necessarily telling you she still has feelings for her ex, or that she's comparing you unfavorably. More often than not, it means something entirely different: you've triggered an emotional memory. It's a subconscious admission that you've sparked something familiar. And in many cases, that familiarity is attraction. What it really means: you've entered her romantic framework. Women don't compare platonic friends to their exes, they only do that with men who remind them of romantic energy, tension, and intimacy. She's checking her own emotions. By comparing you to someone she once had feelings for, she's measuring her current emotional reaction. It's her way of saying, "You're waking something up in me, and it's intense." She may be feeling nostalgic or vulnerable. Attraction often brings up the past. If you remind her of someone she once wanted, she's navigating old feelings in a new context. Why this is a green light. If she wasn't interested, she wouldn't bring her ex up at all. It would be irrelevant. The fact that she says it out loud means you're not just any guy, you're a guy she's evaluating on a deeper level. But here's the catch: it's a double-edged sword. It means she's curious, but also cautious. What you should do: don't get defensive. Don't ask, "Is that a good thing or bad?" Instead, lean into it with masculine calm. Say something like, "Hopefully I'm the better version. Maybe you've got a type, and I'm it. Let's see where this story goes." The point is to reframe it playfully, without showing insecurity. Real-life example. You tease her during a conversation, and she laughs, saying, "You're just like my ex, he used to mess with me like that." You smile, lock eyes, and say, "Well, let's hope I'm better at keeping you smiling." That one line tells her, you're not intimidated by her past. You're here now, and you're confident in your effect on her. 3. Your trouble. At first glance, it sounds like an accusation. But when a woman looks you in the eye, smiles, and says, "Your trouble," what she's actually saying is this: "You excite me." This phrase is less about warning and more about surrender. It means you've triggered something inside her that feels a little dangerous, but dangerously good. What it really means: she feels drawn to you, but doesn't fully trust herself. There's something about you that stirs her, maybe it's your confidence, your mystery, your presence. It makes her feel alive. And that unsettles her in the best way. She's playfully testing the waters. Calling you trouble is her way of flirting while keeping it light. She's inviting you to confirm what she already suspects, that you're capable of shaking things up. She likes the idea of being a little reckless. Women often say this when they feel tempted. You've sparked a pull between reason and desire. And by labeling you as trouble, she gives herself permission to be drawn in, while pretending she's resisting. Why it's a compliment. Think of trouble as a code word for sexual polarity. It's her way of admitting you're a little dangerous to her emotional equilibrium, and she likes it. Men who are calm, collected, and in control often get this label. Because deep down, she senses you're the kind of man who could take her on a ride she didn't plan for, and part of her wants that. What you should do: don't deny it. Don't water it down. Embrace it. Say something like, "The good kind, I hope. Only if you get too close. You look like you could handle it." These responses reinforce your confidence while maintaining the seductive tension. Real-life example. You catch her gaze across the table, your tone low and steady, and she leans in just slightly. "Your trouble," she whispers. You don't flinch. You smirk and say, "Then you're in for a wild night." Suddenly, the air shifts. She feels seen. Desired. Daring. Because in that moment, you didn't just decode her message, you spoke her language. 4. Are you seeing anyone? It sounds like a simple, even innocent question. But when a woman asks, "Are you seeing anyone?" especially early on, she's not just curious. She's probing. She wants to know what lane you're in. What emotional ground she's standing on. And most importantly, whether she's competing with someone else for your attention. This question is rarely asked directly unless she's already interested. What it really means. She's doing reconnaissance. Women are strategic when it comes to attraction. By asking if you're seeing someone, she's trying to gauge how much of your attention is available. And how hard she may need to work to win it. She's protecting her own feelings. If she's starting to feel something, this question is her way of calculating emotional risk. She wants to know if she's opening up to someone who might already be emotionally occupied. She's signaling interest, under the radar. This is how women often test the water. She doesn't want to come out and say, "I like you." Instead, she frames it as a question about you, while secretly revealing something about her. Why this is a power move, for you. When a woman asks this, it means you've positioned yourself as a man with options. And that's powerful. Because nothing triggers a woman's curiosity and attraction faster than the sense that other women might want you. But here's the key, don't answer it like a boy looking for approval. Answer it like a man who values his time, who lives on his terms. What you should do. Avoid black and white answers. Instead, keep your tone calm, a little ambiguous, and confident. Try. I've been keeping my circle small lately. No one's serious right now, but I'm not in a rush. I meet people, but I'm selective with who I spend real time with. Each of these responses communicates that you're desired. You have standards. You won't chase. And most importantly, you're not desperate. Real-life example. You're talking casually, and she leans back and asks, "So, are you seeing anyone right now?" Instead of jumping to say, "No," you pause, give a subtle smirk, and reply, "I've had some interesting people come into my life lately, but I'm careful with where I invest my time." Now she's intrigued. Because that answer shows value, discretion, and mystery, the holy trinity of attraction. Bottom line. This isn't just small talk. When she asks if you're seeing someone, she's revealing a desire to know where she stands. Don't just answer her question. Frame the narrative. Own your space. Guard your mystery. Because when you become the man she has to win, the game changes. 5. I feel like I can tell you anything. This phrase is a major signal, and not just because it sounds sweet or vulnerable. When a woman says she feels like she can tell you anything, she's opening a door few get to see. She's showing you a level of emotional trust that indicates you've crossed a powerful threshold in her mind, one where she feels safe, understood, and accepted. What it really means. She trusts you with her inner world. Women are naturally guarded about their emotions. Sharing personal thoughts, fears, or dreams is not something they do casually. When she says this, she's signaling that you've created a safe container where she can be genuine. She's testing your reaction. This phrase is often a test, to see if you can hold space without judgment, criticism, or detachment. Your response here can either deepen attraction or push her away. It signals emotional intimacy, which fuels physical attraction. When a woman connects emotionally, her desire often intensifies. Vulnerability becomes a pathway to closeness and, eventually, physical connection. Why this is a green light. If she's sharing her true thoughts with you, she's signaling that you stand out from the crowd. She's letting her guard down and inviting you to see the real her, a key step toward deep attraction. What you should do. Be present. Listen actively. Validate without trying to fix or analyze. Keep your responses calm and grounded. Avoid turning the conversation into therapy. Instead, mirror her openness with your own vulnerability, but maintain your emotional boundaries. Try. I'm honored you feel that way. You can always be real with me. That means a lot. I respect your trust. Real-life example. She's sharing a story about a childhood memory or a recent struggle, and then pauses, looking at you earnestly. I feel like I can tell you anything, she says softly. You nod, meet her eyes steadily, and say, I'm here to listen. No judgment, just understanding. That moment builds a bridge. It transforms attraction from surface level to meaningful connection. 6. You're not like other guys. This might sound like a cliché, but don't brush it off. When a woman says, you're not like other guys, she's not making small talk, she's exposing her curiosity, her admiration, and most of all, her attraction. This phrase reveals that you've disrupted her pattern. You've made her pause and reconsider what's possible. What it really means. She sees you as emotionally distinct. Maybe you didn't try too hard. Maybe you stayed composed when other men would have flexed or folded. This phrase often means you've demonstrated qualities, like restraint, presence, or honesty, that break her expectations. She's inviting you to lead. When she says this, she's giving you a window of leadership. She wants to follow your lead emotionally or physically, but she needs confirmation that her instincts were right. She's secretly hoping you prove her right. This isn't just a compliment. It's a test. She's saying, you seem different, now show me you are. If you respond with insecurity or arrogance, the attraction collapses. Why? It's a power signal. This is a form of preselection. It shows she's thought about the men who have come before you, and that you're standing out. You've sparked her deeper instincts. And most importantly, she's intrigued. That's rare. That's powerful. What you should do? Accept it with composure. Then reflect it back to her, not as validation, but as confirmation that her perception is sharp. Say, I'm not. And I don't try to be. That's because I know what I want. Maybe you're not like other women either. These statements subtly elevate you both, and deepen the polarity. Real-life example, after spending time together, she leans in and says, you're not like other guys I've met. You smile slowly, hold eye contact, and respond, I've never been the type to follow the crowd. Suddenly, she feels seen, and special. She knows she's not just imagining the chemistry. You've just confirmed it. Bottom line. When she says this, don't get cocky. Get clear. She's already halfway in, now lead her the rest of the way. 7. I don't know why I'm telling you this. When a woman says, I don't know why I'm telling you this, she's revealing more than a story, she's revealing a shift in emotional dynamics. This phrase is rarely about the content of what she's saying. It's about how she feels around you. In that moment, she's surprised by her own openness. And that surprise is a direct result of how safe, connected, and seen she feels in your presence. What it really means. You've lowered her defenses, her subconscious has registered that you're not like the average man who rushes, judges, or interrupts. You've given her emotional space, and she's stepping into it, even if it shocks her. She's entering a deeper state of connection. Women connect emotionally before they surrender physically. If she feels safe enough to tell you things she usually keeps hidden, attraction is already deepening. She's acknowledging your effect on her. This phrase is her way of saying, you're pulling something real out of me, and I'm not used to this. Why this is a turning point. This statement is like a soft emotional confession. She may not know why she's opening up, but you do. It's chemistry. It's trust. It's the magnetic tension between her emotional guard and your calm masculine frame. What you should do. Don't rush to make a joke or lighten the mood. Don't analyze what she's saying too deeply. Just be there. Grounded. Calm. Present. Say. It's okay. You can say whatever's on your mind. Sometimes we open up when it feels right, no need to question it. I appreciate your honesty. That says a lot about you. Each of these responses validates her experience without making her feel exposed or foolish. Real-life example, she starts telling you about a childhood fear, a personal struggle, or a dream she's never shared. Midway through, she stops and says, "I don't even know why I'm telling you this." You keep eye contact, soften your tone, and reply, "Maybe because I actually listen." And you feel that. That one sentence changes everything. Now she knows this isn't casual. It's connection. Bottom line. This phrase means she's slipping into emotional vulnerability, not by accident, but because your presence invites it. Respect that moment. Protect it. And understand. She's not just talking. She's inviting you in. 8. You're so confident. This isn't just a compliment. It's a revelation. When a woman says, "You're so confident," she's not talking about what you said, she's reacting to how you made her feel. Confidence is the number one trait women are instinctively drawn to. Not bravado. Not arrogance. Not ego. But calm, grounded, effortless confidence, the kind that doesn't need to prove itself. What it really means. She senses stability in your energy. Confident men regulate the emotional environment. Your tone, posture, pace, and presence create a field she feels safe and excited to enter. You're unfazed by her beauty or intensity. Most men orbit women with anxiety, trying too hard, over-explaining, chasing validation. When you don't do that, she feels your strength, and it pulls her in. She's drawn to your sense of self. When a woman says you're confident, she's admiring your internal certainty. She's attracted to the way you carry yourself, like a man who's not seeking permission to exist. Why this is a desire signal. Confidence isn't just sexy, it's primal. It makes her feel like she can let go. Like she doesn't have to lead. Like she's safe to be feminine, expressive, and playful. This phrase often comes right before or after deeper flirtation. She's letting you know, "You're affecting me, and I like it." What you should do. Don't downplay it. Don't say, "Nah, I'm just chill." That breaks the frame. Own it with calm humility. Smile, acknowledge, and lean slightly into it. Say, "I appreciate that. Confidence is earned. Glad it shows, I worked for it." Confidence comes easy when you're around the right people. These kinds of responses show that your power isn't an accident, it's intentional. Real-life example. You handle a situation with calm assertiveness, maybe with a waiter, a delay, or a challenge. She turns, looks at you admiringly, and says, "You're so confident." You hold eye contact, steady and warm, and reply, "Confidence is quiet. I'm just grounded." Now her body language changes. She softens. Because you didn't perform, you are. Bottom line. When she says this, she's already imagining you in a position of control, emotionally, socially, even sexually. Confidence turns her on. But it's your consistency that keeps her hooked. Stay composed. Lead the moment. Let your silence speak just as much as your words. 9. We probably shouldn't be doing this. This isn't just a disclaimer, it's foreplay. When a woman says, "We probably shouldn't be doing this," it's never just about the act itself. It's about the emotional and physical tension you've built together. It's a signal that she's crossing a boundary she once set, and she's not just okay with it, she's drawn to it. What it really means. She feels the intensity rising. This phrase usually comes at a point when emotions, attraction, or physical closeness are peaking. Her logical mind is raising a flag, but her body and emotions are saying, "Keep going." She's expressing inner conflict, not disinterest. Women are taught to be cautious, to self-protect, to avoid being seen as too eager. This phrase is a way to acknowledge the risk, while still stepping into the fire. She wants you to lead through the tension, saying this is a subtle invitation for you to steady the moment. Not to stop, but to lead her through her hesitation with calm confidence. Why this is a massive signal of desire. Attraction isn't always clean. Sometimes it shows up wrapped in resistance. When a woman says this, she's not rejecting you, she's acknowledging how much you're affecting her. It means she's fully present, fully feeling, and right on the edge of surrender. What you should do: stay composed. Don't get nervous. Don't apologize. And never push. Hold the space. Show her you can handle both her desire and her uncertainty. Say, then maybe we shouldn't, unless it's what we both want. We're not doing anything you're not ready for. I'll stop the second you want me to, no pressure. These responses convey maturity, restraint, and respect, while still holding the seductive tension. Real-life example: you're alone, the chemistry is thick, and she looks at you and whispers, "We probably shouldn't be doing this." You pause. Smile gently. Look her in the eyes and say, "You're in control. We move at your pace." Now she exhales. Her nervousness softens into trust, because you're not just a man driven by hunger, you're a man with discipline. Bottom line: this phrase is the voice of tension, not rejection. It's the final flare before surrender. How you respond determines whether she feels safe to move forward, or retreats to protect herself. Respect the moment. Don't rush it. And understand: if she says this, you've already got her attention. Now earn her trust. 10. I've never told anyone this before. This phrase isn't just a statement, it's a threshold. When a woman tells you something she's never told anyone else, you're no longer just a guy she's flirting with. You've become someone she sees as emotionally significant. Someone she's willing to be seen by. And that's rare. What it really means: you've reached her inner sanctum. Women live in layers. There's the public self, the social self, the guarded self, and then, at the core, the raw, unfiltered truth. When she says this, she's letting you into that final layer. She's entrusting you with her emotional vulnerability. This statement usually precedes the sharing of a deep story, a trauma, a dream, a fear, a part of her identity she rarely exposes. She's trusting you to protect it, not misuse it. She's preparing for deeper intimacy. Emotional nakedness almost always precedes physical closeness. When she lets you in on something secret, personal, or shameful, she's showing that she's opening more than her mind, she's opening her heart, and often, her body too. Why this is a defining moment. This phrase is her way of saying, "You've passed every test. I feel safe now. You've earned this." And that level of trust changes everything. It's the final green light. The full invitation. What you should do: handle her words like they're sacred. Because to her, they are. Don't rush to relate or shift the focus back to yourself. Don't try to fix it. Just witness it. Say, "Thank you for trusting me with that. That means a lot, and I'll never take that lightly. You're safe here. Always." These responses reinforce that she made the right choice, that you are the emotional rock she suspected you were. Real-life example: she's sitting next to you in silence before softly saying, "I've never told anyone this before," and begins sharing something that clearly took courage to say. You don't interrupt.